Okay, so today we're taking a look at Bosconian, guys. Bosconian, which released in the early 80s by the fine folks over at Namco. Namco. Good people over there. So let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. A bunch of different CPUs running this thing, and would have been a lot, well, whatever it totals out to be, whatever, 3 megahertz per each CPU or whatever. That's a lot of processing power back then. So it would have been back then, but it's just a drop in the bucket compared to today. But that's all you needed to run these games, and this is actually the original version of Bosconian. This is the original version of Bosconian here, which released November 1981, and again, really cool game by Namco. So, you know, kind of a free roam type of open world game, which is revolutionary if you think about it, because not too many arcade games actually were open world, where you could kind of, you know, roam around freely, free roam, I should say. You certainly didn't get it in Galaga, you certainly didn't get it in Galaxian. Pac-Man, not too much. I mean, you had side-scrollers, but you really didn't have open-world games. Certainly not open-world space games too much. I guess Sinistar would be kind of a rare exception to that. I'll have to review that game as well. I really like Sinistar. But for now, let's go ahead and check out this 1981 classic here. So, you notice on the right side of the screen, you get your map. Notice you have those green dots. Those are the ships you have to destroy. And I'm going to go ahead in a minute tell you some tips to destroy those ships here. Notice there's also a condition listed on the right-hand margin there. It says yellow. That means that you're going to have some ships kind of coming after you here. There you go. I just destroyed that one ship. Now you notice, I kind of did that really fast, and I'll go ahead and show you again. The key to kind of destroying these ships here is the best way to do it is when it's open, when there's that red opening in the middle of it, you go right after that. That'll destroy it instantly, okay? But if you don't want, if you're, for whatever reason, if you can't get there, or if the ship's not open, there's not that red opening there that you can get to, you can always go ahead and destroy each of, I call them tentacles, each of the tentacles on the ship. And you notice there's 6 of them that you can destroy, if you really wanted to. Now, again, usually level 1, they're all open. The red area of the ship is open. You can just go ahead and shoot in between the tentacles and you can go ahead and destroy. So, you know, pretty simple in concept, I think. You know, it's obviously a lot more difficult to do the further you advance in the game, because these ships start really flying into you. But I mean, again, this would have been really fun at the arcade, especially if you really wanted to play an open world space adventure game. So that's what this game was great for. And I mean, you did have games like Asteroids and stuff, but you didn't have as much to really interact with in Asteroids. What's great about this is you're going along, you can destroy mines and stuff like that. You notice I got all these mines out here, whatever they're called, which I can use to destroy other enemies as well. So say an enemy's approaching that mine right there, I can shoot that out, that blue thing. Sometimes they just destroy themselves, which helps you even more. But you can't get too close, otherwise you will get killed also. I guess the hardest part of this game is when the condition goes to red, because then they really start to pile up. And you notice they're coming at me pretty heavy right now. The port that I'm used to playing is actually a lot lighter on the enemies in terms of quantity. There's not as many of them. Here, this original port seems to have a lot of enemies coming at you or just shooting at you or whatever. You know, including the spaceships themselves. You know, as they fire off bullets too. So there's a lot to kind of pay attention to that perhaps in other games, you know, and this is right away too, right off the bat, level 1. Other games you perhaps wouldn't have to be too concerned about right away. This game you kind of always have to be on your toes. But to me that makes the game even more enjoyable and indeed more of a challenge. So I gotta be able to get past this one. Gotta be able to master this. And you notice another cool thing, the ship will actually fire front and back, which is cool. So you have 2 bullets coming out, you have 2 different streams of bullets. There we go, yeah. Mastered, first 2 levels here. And you'll start to notice formations of the ships. Now this one here, they're all in 2 separate lines here. One on the right, one on the left here. So I can literally go right down the aisle and just start firing off at them. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going down the one on the right here. If you look on the map, look at that. I've wiped out all the ones on the right. Let's go to the left. Straight across here. Look at that. Hell, I can wipe out 2 of these suckers at one time if I want. So, pretty fun game. I like this game a lot. I'm going to give it a 5. Just because it was such a great space game. Such a memorable space game. that, again, it's a unique experience you would not get in a game like Galaga. You would not get in a game like Galaxian. And those were certainly great games, too. I reviewed Galaga a few years back. When did I review Galaga? I don't know. It's on my other channel, not on this channel. But go check that out if you haven't already. And that was before, obviously, I had this console, the NVIDIA Shield console. I was reviewing it on my PC. So, oh yeah, I like this form. This is like a question mark. You notice how it kind of zigzags? Kind of like a question mark. So, yeah, they're pretty creative. And they send out their own rocket ships, too. So, yeah, this is a pretty cool game. I'm really glad they made this game. It's really cool. You know, everyone likes an open. You know, there are those gamers who like open world, especially at this time, who demanded open world games. Yeah, I highly recommend it, guys. Go check it out. I got this as part of a ROM set, so I can go ahead and give you the link to where that ROM set actually is. If I can go ahead and backtrack and find it. But as you kind of can see here, I've got a whole list of Got a whole list of ROMs here. Whole bunch of stuff here that you can, I can kind of go ahead and review. And so I will be reviewing a couple of these games in the near future here. Bubbles is fun. That's a Williams game. Sinistar that I just referenced a few minutes ago, that is also a Williams game, to the best of my knowledge. I actually had that on a Williams CD-ROM for PC. And I'll probably be going ahead. I've reviewed Burger Time. It was one of the first games I actually reviewed. I'll probably be doing, let's see. There's just so much to review. I'll probably be doing a review of Die Hard. If you guys have heard about Die Hard, actually I'm getting close to it right now. Die Hard Arcade, which you actually have to do a couple, techniques, a couple of speed up hacks in order to get that running properly. But other than that, it works pretty well. I'll probably be doing a Donkey Kong review as well, even though I'm not really good at Donkey Kong. But my point is, stay tuned, guys. More MAME arcade game reviews to follow, and I will also be reviewing a couple of Sega Dreamcast games as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying the channel so far. I've signed an agreement, a partnership on my previous channel, so that's why I'm uploading videos to my That and ES Fan channel now, because I have another partnership on that channel. So follow both channels, guys. Most of my reviews will be on this channel, Tim the Gamer 13. That'll be all for now, guys. Tim the Gamer 13 signing off. Take care. Stay tuned for more great videos and more Driver 2 reviews to follow. So long.